All right, so tell me, a lot of your films have these very weird, kind of lonely characters, I guess you could say. So exactly what are your friends like that are able to like bring inspiration into these characters that you're making up?
I think those characters are more based on us as kids than our friends. Our friends are cooler than our characters.
Nice. So where did the whole idea for Gentlemen Broncos come up?
You know, Jerusha has a cousin who lives in Alaska who writes science fiction and fantasy stories, and his parents have been concerned because they're quite gruesome.
Quite graphic.
Yeah.
In all sorts of ways.
But we thought it would be, you know, a funny concept to kind of run with about a kid who writes, you know, messed up science fiction stories that make his mom cry.
Bronco. I can do better. Broncanus. Forgive me.
Nice. This is the first film that y'all done where it's actually like a story within a story. You got the opportunity to write one that's kind of based in reality and then that's just huge out there. How was that? What was that like being able to go back and forth in between writing, and where did you get the idea for the science fiction part of the movie?
Yeah. I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was like making two different movies, you know. It was kind of funny. We shot, you know, Benjamin's story and the Chevalier story first, and then we shut that down and started making a whole new movie with Sam Rockwell, which is a lot of fun. But for me, you know, I've been such a huge fan of science fiction. Those were, you know, my favorite movies growing up, and it was really fun to kind of, you know, be inspired by a lot of the, you know, the wacky cult science fiction films that I grew up with to kind of celebrate that in this film.
Awesome. Since y'all started, you've definitely grown exponentially as far as the people, as notoriety of the cast members that you're getting and the size of the film. What was it like casting this film? Did you write any roles for any actors specifically, or how did it all come together?
You know,
we had ideas all along for who we wanted.
We knew that we wanted to work with Sam Rockwell to play the part of Bronco and Brutus. Everybody else, though, was kind of a fun process to find out who was going to, you know, bring to life in the best way, you know, the characters that we'd imagined. And we couldn't have been happier with the cast that we were able to get.
Oh my gosh, is that the new Chevalier book?
You stole my story.
Awesome.
All you did was change the character names and turn Bronco into a tranny.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, opening title sequence. I don't know how much of a part of it you guys were, but it was really clever with all the science fiction books. And I'm not a science fiction fan, but where did that idea come from, and were those real books, or who designed the covers? How did that work out?
It was all existing artwork from real science fiction books from back in the day, and our production designer got them and you know, made original ones with, you know, the titles and the credits on it and everything. And
we had hundreds of these that we were supposed to look through every night and pick like ones that looked like characters, you know.
Yeah.
This one looks like our cinematographer. So it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And a little offensive.
Hey, that's kind of how it's supposed to be. As far as the script went, comedies like this often become improvisation. A lot of the actors are allowed to go off script, and how much of that happened in this film as far as the final cut goes?
You know, we, you know, and with most of the people that we work with, we really like to go in with a game plan and have, you know, the funny bits written beforehand. But once you have that, you know, you can kind of use that as a point of departure and have fun with it. So a lot of things in the film that ended up in the final cut were things that we came up with on set, you know, in the moment, or, you know, that the actors came up with. So it was when you have fun people like this in the film, they bring so much to the table. So there are a lot of nuggets that made it in that we came up with on the spot.
Jennifer Coolidge provided a lot of those.
True.
She was a real improv girl.
She's awesome.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was kind of, speaking of her, the popcorn balls. I thought it was one of the funniest, like, consistent, like, kept reoccurring throughout the whole movie, and it just kept bringing you back. And where did that come from, and who made the car, the popcorn ball car?
My mom, she actually has a really great popcorn ball recipe, and for a while she would sell her popcorn balls in various boutiques and things. And so, you know, my mom, her name is Christmas, and her, you know, company was called Christmas's Country Corn. So we just kind of tweaked it and made it Judith's Country Balls for the film.
2 in a sack.
Yeah, but I did go with her and have to help her sell country balls as well as modest nightgowns. She's a very entrepreneurial woman.
What do you guys have coming up next? Any projects in the pipeline or anything like that?
We've got some things in the mix, probably too early to talk about now, but we're excited to get this film out.
Finally?
Yeah.
How long has this process been going on?
I think if you're writing and directing a movie, it's about a 2-year process.
That's our window anyway. Maybe some people do it shorter.
Some people can probably do it quicker, but yeah, that seems to work out for us.